The years after 50 are often referred to as the golden years, and for good reason. It's that fantastic time when we get to savor life's moments, old and new, and really tune in to what matters most. Now, as we step into this amazing chapter, our trusty hearts start sending us some signals. They deserve some TLC and some much needed attention. So, here's the big question. How do we give our hearts, those lifelong buddies, the VIP treatment they deserve? Well, the surprising answer might just be hiding in your kitchen or at the grocery store. In this video, we're diving into 10 fantastic foods that can be your heart's best pals as you cruise through the golden years. Stick around because a healthy heart means more of those golden moments. Number 1. Walnuts. You know, the first time you crack open a walnut, it's kind of hard to ignore how much it looks like a mini brain, right? Walnuts do have a knack for visual mimicry, but the cool part is that they're like brain food for your heart. It's way back in the day, walnuts were all the rage in the Mediterranean and Central Asia. People from ancient times were onto something because walnuts were like the OG medicine for them. Now, here's the deal. Walnuts are packed with a fatty superhero called alpha-linolenic acid, ALA. This ALA is like a shield against inflammation, which is a sneaky troublemaker for our arteries. Imagine it as anti-inflammatory armor fighting against artery hardening. What's more, walnuts have an army of antioxidants. Think of them as tiny shields guarding your cells from these tiny particles called free radicals, especially important for your heart's well-being. And there's this cool amino acid in walnuts called L-arginine. It's like a VIP guest that helps chill out and keep your blood vessels flexible. More flexibility, more heart happiness. Let's not forget the fiber and magnesium in these little powerhouses. They team up to give your heart even more love by tackling LDL cholesterol and blood pressure. Walnuts are like the unsung heroes of heart health, giving you a crunchy boost towards a happy ticker. Before we go ahead, be sure to check out the 6 signs of a silent heart attack that are always ignored so that you always know what to look out for when it comes to your heart. Number 2. Oats. Oats have been around for ages, like more than 2,000 years. Did you know that? Back in the day, they were a go-to staple for many civilizations because they're packed with awesome nutrients. And guess what? They're still a staple at many breakfast tables worldwide. So here's the cool stuff about oats. There's this standout thing called beta-glucan, a special type of fiber that turns into a gel in your tummy. This gel grabs onto cholesterol-rich bile and helps your body get rid of it. Translation: lower LDL cholesterol, which is great for your heart. And there's more. Oats are little antioxidant powerhouses, especially with a thing called avenanthramide. Think of it as your heart's shield against nasty free radicals and inflammation. Plus, it's like a natural blood vessel opener, making your blood flow better. And don't forget magnesium, another essential component present in oats. It's all about teamwork inside your body, helping your heart and muscles do their thing. Researchers have found that people who munch on oats often have a lower risk of heart problems. So, that bowl of oatmeal you love, it's not just a tasty meal, it's a hug for your heart. Looking for answers on all the latest health and wellness news? Hit that subscribe button and join our millions of followers. Stay up to date on all our great Bestie content. Number 3. Salmon. Salmon is that lovely pink fish with a texture that's like pure indulgence. It's not only a delight for your taste buds, but also a superstar for your heart, especially the wild-caught ones, straight from the cold waters of the North Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Indigenous cultures were onto something, making this fish a big part of their diets because it's like a treasure chest of nutrients. Let's talk about the heart perks. Salmon has these cool things called EPA and DHA, which are super important. They swoop in and tackle inflammation in your blood vessels. Plus, they're great at lowering those troublemaker triglycerides, the fats that can mess with your heart. But hey, it's not just about the fat. Salmon brings top-notch protein to the table, the kind your body loves to use for building and fixing up your heart's tissues. And guess what? There's a bunch of B vitamins hanging out in there, B12, B6 and niacin, making sure your DNA is on point, keeping you energized and fighting off inflammation. And let's not forget about selenium. another guardian angel in salmon. It's like a shield against oxidative stress, protecting your heart from all sorts of trouble. So whether you grill it, broil it, or go for the raw deal with some sashimi, every bite of salmon is like giving your heart the love it deserves. Number 4. Blueberries. These little berries might be small, but boy do they pack a punch. Native Americans were onto something good because they've been enjoying these blue gems for ages, not just for the taste but for the health perks too. So what makes blueberries so cool? Anthocyanins. They're like the secret sauce that gives blueberries their beautiful blue colour and major antioxidant powers. These antioxidants are like bodyguards for your heart, fighting off those pesky free radicals that can cause trouble for your cardiovascular system. And guess what? The vitamin C in blueberries teams up with these antioxidants, making your heart even healthier. Blueberries also come with this awesome thing called fibre, especially pectin. It's like a broom for your arteries, helping sweep away excess cholesterol and keeping your blood nice and clean. And then there's potassium. It's like a peacekeeper, making sure your blood pressure stays in the chill zone and giving your heart a break. And get this, recent research has shown that eating blueberries regularly helps with endothelial function, which means they improve how your vessels work. That's everything you need for that ticker to keep going. So next time you grab a handful of blueberries, know that you're not just treating your taste buds, you're giving your heart a helping hand. Number 5. Spinach. You can never go wrong with spinach. It's not just Popeye's favourite for building muscles, it's also the silent guardian of your heart. Ever heard of lutein? It's usually known for being good for your eyes, but guess what? It's great for your heart too. Recent studies say it can calm down inflammation in your arteries, keeping nasty plaque at bay and reducing your risk of heart attacks. And then there's magnesium, a good friend of your heart's rhythm. Spinach is loaded with it, helping your ticker stay on beat and avoiding any funky arrhythmias. But here's the real magic. Dietary nitrate. Spinach is basically a nitric oxide factory. Pop these nitrates and they transform into nitric oxide, a cool molecule that tells your blood vessels to chill out, keeping your blood pressure in check and ensuring smooth blood flow. Let's not forget the fibre. It does a stellar job of keeping cholesterol at bay. Plus, folic acid does an amazing job of protecting your arteries by converting harmful homocysteine into benign molecules. So toss that spinach into your salad or blend it in your smoothie, and know that with every bite, you're nourishing your heart. Number 6. Dark chocolate. We're shining the spotlight on dark chocolate. It's like the hero of the candy world, especially the ones loaded with cocoa. Originally coming from cacao trees in Central and South America, dark chocolate has gone from being a tasty treat to a bona fide health superstar. So, what's the magic in dark chocolate? Flavonoids, especially these awesome things called flavanols found in cocoa, they do wonders for your heart. Picture them as little cheerleaders for your arteries, encouraging them to make nitric oxide, which in turn calms down your arteries, bringing down blood pressure and upping blood flow. And guess what? Dark chocolate is packed with antioxidants, thanks to these flavonoids, which are your heart's bodyguards against free radicals. Regularly enjoying a bit of high-quality dark chocolate has been linked to smoother blood flow, a lower risk of blood clots, and a pat on the back for boosting the good HDL cholesterol while giving the bad LDL cholesterol a nudge in the right direction. But a small word of caution. Dark chocolate, although heart-friendly, can be a sneaky source of calories, sugar and fat. Moderation is key, my friend. When you go chocolate shopping, aim for those varieties with at least 70% cocoa. And always remember, a little piece of this dark chocolate goodness can go a long way in giving your heart some love, all without going overboard on calories. Number 7. Beans and lentils. Beans and lentils, members of the legume family, have been dietary mainstays across cultures for thousands of years. Whether you're in the Mediterranean or hanging out in the subcontinent, these little fellas have been doing wonders for both our meals and our heart health. First up, we've got soluble fibre. Beans and lentils are practically overflowing with this kind of fibre. It teams up with cholesterol in your gut and whisks it away before it can wreak havoc in your bloodstream. But wait, there's more. These legumes come loaded with heart-friendly minerals. Take potassium, for example. It's like the counterpuncher to sodium, helping to keep your blood pressure in check. Then there's magnesium, another MVP found in beans and lentils. It's all about keeping your heartbeat steady and your blood vessels happy. Oh, and here's a cool trick: beans and lentils are low on the glycemic index scale, which means that they release glucose into the blood slowly, preventing sudden spikes in blood sugar. This is great for people with diabetes because it helps keep their heart disease risk in check. And here's the grand finale. Regularly eating beans and lentils has been linked to lower levels of homocysteine, which, when it's hanging out in your body at high levels, can spell trouble for your heart. So, the next time you're tucking into a hearty bowl of chili or a comforting lentil soup, give yourself a pat on the back for doing your heart a solid. Number 8. Avocado. Let's talk about avocados, the trendy millennials fruit that's basically a life upgrader for your toast game. So, what's the buzz about? Avocados, especially for those who've hit the golden 50, well, crack open that tough green skin and you hit the jackpot of good stuff, monounsaturated fats. These are the fats that do your body good, like telling bad cholesterol, LDL, to take a hike. Less LDL means a lower chance of atherosclerosis, a condition that blocks your arteries and can lead to heart failure. But hold on, avocados aren't done showing off. They're packed with potassium, more than bananas in fact, gram for gram. Potassium's like the wizard behind the curtain, making sure your blood pressure behaves. And that's a big deal, because high blood pressure is a starter for heart problems, especially as you get older and those blood vessels become less elastic over time. Ever heard of beta-sitosterol? Avocados have got it in spades. This special stuff keeps your cholesterol levels in check. An average avocado dishes out a cool 76 milligrams of it. Oh, and vitamin E. Avocados are your go-to source. No supplements needed. This antioxidant vitamin is like a shield for your heart, keeping that nasty LDL cholesterol from turning into artery trouble. So, the moral of the story is, avocados aren't just about looking good on your toast or turning into guacamole. They're like your heart's best buddy in more ways than one. Number 9. Olive oil. Olive oil, the shining star of Mediterranean cuisine, is more than just a cooking fat. This stuff isn't just for sautéing. It's like the liquid gold that's tied to living longer and having a heart that's in good shape. First off, olive oil's got this major fat called monounsaturated fat, and about 73% of it is oleic acid. Studies say oleic acid is like the superhero of fighting inflammation, which is a big no-no for your heart. But wait, there's more. Olive oil has these mighty antioxidants that shield your cholesterol from turning into a bad guy. You know cholesterol can go rogue and cause artery inflammation. Bad news. But antioxidants, especially one named oleuropein, swoop in to save the day. And guess what? Olive oil has these compounds that work like aspirin, keeping your blood from turning into a sludgy mess. Smooth blood flow is the name of the game, preventing heart-hurting blockages. Speaking of which, have high blood pressure? Olive oil's got your back there too. It's like the chill pill for your blood pressure, and that's a big deal as the years roll on past 50. So it's not just about a drizzle here and there. Every drop of olive oil comes with a choke full of benefits. Number 10. Red wine. Many have heard that a glass of red wine a day could keep the cardiologist away. It's not just a myth. There's science behind it, and it's all thanks to these cool compounds called polyphenols. One superstar polyphenol in red wine is resveratrol. This stuff is like a health rock star, believed to have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory powers. It's like a bodyguard for your blood vessels, keeping them safe from harm and giving bad cholesterol LDL a run for its money. But hold your glass. There's more. Resveratrol also seems to be a pro at preventing blood clot parties by keeping platelets from sticking together. Imagine it as the bouncer for your bloodstream, making sure things flow smoothly and avoiding heart-hurting clots. Then there's another mouthful, proanthocyanidins. These compounds are like protectors for your heart, shielding your vessels and dialing down inflammation. But hey, the key here is balance. Too much of a good thing can turn bad, and that's true for red wine too. Sip responsibly, especially as part of a balanced diet like the Mediterranean one, and you're giving your heart a little extra love. So, When you're sipping that red wine and feeling good, just know it's not just a treat for your taste buds. It's a nod to your heart health, especially as you rock past 50. Cheers to that! The interesting thing is that there are a lot of other red foods that you can indulge in to keep your heart healthy and going. Watch our video 7 Red Foods you must eat that can save your heart health to learn more. These foods not only make our taste buds dance, but also give our hearts some serious love, especially as we hit the post-50 milestone. But here's the thing to remember. Even though these foods are like our heart's best pals, they're not the whole story. Pair them up with an active lifestyle, regular checkups with your doc, and a positive outlook on life. Taking care of our hearts is like a symphony of good habits that lets us enjoy every moment to the max. So next time you're strolling down the grocery aisles or planning your meals, keep these ones in mind and make them a regular part of your plate. And if you're looking for more tips to keep your heart healthy, then you don't need to look any further because Bestie has got your back. Watch 11 secret tips for a healthy heart they never tell you about to learn everything you need to know about heart health. Until we meet again, stay strong and keep rockin' life. And always remember, you're only as young as your heart feels, so make each beat count.